Hello, I'm Volkarunka, and you're watching No Enemies Here, Wargaming News. Cheers!
Mark Walker and Flying Pig Games, the Platoon Commander Deluxe, The Battle of Kursk, World War II platoon level combat, designed by David L. Van Hoos. And what you get with this game is two 17 by 22 inch mounted geomorphic game boards, 4 sheets of thick 1-inch square counters, 2 player aid cards, 1 full color rules and scenario book, 6 10-sided dice, a beautiful box to put everything in. Strategy and Tactics, issue number 315. Red Tide South, a potential Soviet attack on Italy. Red Tide South is a 2-player game designed by Eric R. Harvey. The stats on this game are each hex is equivalent to about 10 miles or 16 kilometers, and each turn represents about a day. What you get with this game is one 22 by 34 inch map and 228 counters, plus 46 bonus counters for Red Tide West. One Small Step Collections Folio Series number 14, Ark of the Kaisers, Last Raider, a game designed by Joseph Miranda. Ark of the Kaiser puts you in the position of a writer of pulp fiction during the 1920s, in which you are trying to complete an adventure fiction novel set sometime during World War I on the high seas. Solitaire suitability is 10 out of 10, the complexity is 5 out of 10, number of players 1, playing time 2 to 4 hours, ages 12 and up. And what you get with this game is one 17 by 11 inch map, 4 ship panels, 1 player aid, 4 sheets of playing cards, a sheet of die cut full color playing pieces, and a book of rules. Hollenspiel, The Heights of Alma, being an exploration of the battle fought on the 20th of September 1854. This is a game designed by Tom Russell, and the map art is by Ilya Kudryashov. This is a shot and shell battle series game. Playing time is 120 minutes. This is a 2-player game. Solitaire suitability is high, and the theme is the Crimean War. And what you get with this game is one 22 by 34 inch map sheet, 176 5/8 inch counters, a player aid, a 16-page series rulebook, a 12-page battle book, and 2 6-sided die. Up and Away Games, Athens, The Birth of Politics. Each player represents a specific class, the aristocrats, merchants, or farmers, with its own statesmen, advantages and disadvantages, and goals. Flying Pigs, an old school tactical Stalingrad expansion. This is a reprint. The Stalingrad expansion comes with a 30 by 41 inch historical mounted map, a full sheet of old school tactical counters, a scenario booklet with 8 scenarios, and a beautiful new box to store everything in. Yeah! Magazine issue number 12. This issue comes with a complete game, MacArthur's Defeat, designed by Arrigo Velicogna, takes on the 1941 Japanese invasion of the island of Luzon. This magazine game features 176 counters and a 22 by 17 inch game map that includes an insert area map of the Bataan Peninsula. Tiny Battle Publishing, Tango Down, Man-to-Man Urban Combat. Tango Down is a tense game of modern house-clearing operations, with scenarios taken from both the headlines and the movies. Hostage rescue, daring escapes, desperate last stands, ticking time bombs, and more. Tango Down includes 70 large 1-inch die-cut counters, a double-sided 11 by 17 inch map depicting a trashed office building on one side, and an abandoned warehouse on the other side. A full-color rule booklet, 10 scenarios, and 18 action cards. This is a game designed by Greg Porter. It's a 2-player game. The duration is 60 to 120 minutes, complexity is low, and solitaire suitability is low. Compass Games, New Directions in Gaming. The War, the Pacific 1941 to 1945. The game simulates the military, naval, economic, diplomatic, and political aspects of World War II in the Asia and the Pacific theaters. Designed by Ernie Copley, developed by Joe Pilkis, the artist is Mark Mahaffey. Complexity is high, solitaire suitability is good, time scale 1 turn equals 2 months. The map scale, 1 hex, is 46 miles or 75 kilometers. Unit scale, fleets and task forces. The air are wings, land, divisions, corps, and army. This is a 2-player game. Playing time is 50 hours for the full campaign, 1.5 hours and up for scenarios. What you get with this game is 2 maps, 8 full sheets of 5/8 inch counters, approximately 20 full color 8.5 by 11 inch cards with various displays, rule booklet, scenario booklet, charts tables, worksheets booklet, a deck of variant cards, 2 dice, and a full color box and lid. The big 3-inch deep box. Sarah from DVG just gave me a call, and she said, if any of your viewers use this code on DVG's website, they'll give you 25% off. Okay. STUKAJOE was in Badajoz, Spain with the 2nd BeotaCon Wargaming Convention. Check him out. The Gimpy Gamer gets intimate and tells you where he got his tweezers. The Gimpy Gamer. Gimpy continues his playthrough of Thunder in the East, a victory point game designed by Frank Chadwick. This is part 4. MAURO FAINA is checking out World at War issue number 62. Spanish Civil War battles, 2 battles, the Battle of Belchite and Teruel. Designed by Javier Romero, published by Decision Games. Also, MAURO unboxes an Avalanche Press game, Fire in the Steppe. Bare Bones, Tim Korchnoi of Bare Bones Wargaming does an unboxing of Hobby Japan's version of this Pacific Theater of Operations strategic game called Pacific Fleet. A game designed by Hiroaki Sato, artist is Roger B. McGowan and Masahiro Yamazaki, published by Hobby Japan. Jacine of Chits and Cats is taking a look at Space Corps and doing, as she calls it, a blind play teach of the Mariners era. The game is designed by John Butterfield, published by GMT. USA Patriot 4163 is taking a look at Rob Markham's The Battle of Winceby. This is a battle of the English Civil War, published in Game Fix magazine. BLASTPOP is taking a component overview of Lee Brimicum Wood's Wing Leader Supremacy, published by GMT. John Krantz and Compass Games is live with episode 21, January 18th, 2019. Enrico Viglino of Calandale fame is back, and back in a heavy way. He's taking a look at Falling Sky, the Gaelic Revolt Against Caesar, a game designed by Andrew and Volko Runka. This is a coin series, volume 6, published by GMT. The Player's Aid are doing an unbagging of, or an unboxing I should say, of Stalingrad Inferno on the Volga from Vento Nuovo Games, designed by Emanuele Sant'Andrea. They also review Compass Games Battle Hymn Volume 1 Gettysburg and Pea Ridge, a game designed by Eric Lee Smith. The United States has recently acquired Alexander as a citizen of the United States. You'll understand when you see the interview. Alexander unboxes The Dark Sands from GMT, a game designed by Ted Racer, or Racer. Sorry. Augusti Barrio RUIZ is checking out Empire of the Sun 2nd Deluxe Edition, Banzai. This game is designed by the godfather of card-driven games, Mark Herman. Published by GMT. You want to know what's happening on the big board? I'm going to tell you what's happening on the big board. Hip shot! Kevin, CEO and president for life of the big board, is checking out Forgotten Legions, Drive on Damascus. This is a game designed by Vance Von Voorhees, the artists Todd Davies, Newt Grunitz, Brian J. Miller, and Bruce Yerian. Published by Compass Games. Dave of the Centurion Review is unbagging a Command magazine with the game I Am Spartacus, designed by Mike Markowitz, published by Kokusai Tsushin Company, and this game is a two-player simulation of the Third Servile War, a slave revolt that shook the Roman Republic from 73 to 71 BC. Dave is also unbagging an old 1979 Jim Dunnigan game called Demons, published by SPI. Dave is now one of those guys that's putting out videos, so I gotta work all the time. Well, he's unbagging Ukraine 44 from Special Ops, the Wargaming Journal #2 from winter 2012. He also unboxes MTB. No, not MBT. MTB. This is a tabletop games and heritage model game. Dave's on a tear here with these unboxings. I gotta talk to him. He unboxes the Trojan War, designed by Glenn Rahman. The artists is Trace Hallowell and Norman Royal, published by Hobby Japan and Metagaming. The soft-spoken Jonathan Townsend is taking a look at a game by Don Alexander and Bill Gibbs from Omega Games, Eastern Front Solitaire, Germany's campaign in Russia, 1941 to 1945. Jonathan also takes a look at Conquest of the Pacific, a game designed by Kyle Battle, Ken Griffin, and Russ Roop, published by Conquest Gaming. Jeff McAleer of the Gaming Gang is taking a first look at Andy and Abyss 2nd Edition on the Daily Dope. Riccardo the Professor Masini continues in his Warlog 23, the second part of Si Gioca, Europe in Turmoil by Compass Games. The Wargamer is continuing its 43rd video of Hurtgen, Hell's Forest, the Battle for Aachen and the Siegfried Line, 1944. This is a majestic labor of love, and his video is entitled The 16th of September, 44 p.m. GT, Allied Movement. The OG is continuing his World at War 85 from Lock and Load, Turn 3 and 4, Scenario 3 of World at War, Death of the Panzer, Whitman's Ghost. This is a Mark H. Walker design. The artists are Olivier Revenu and Guillaume Ries, published by Lock and Load Publishing. AJ Toynbee of Hexes and Soldiers is unboxing or unbagging Roger B. McGowan's C3I magazine #32, The Battle of Issy, 1815. AJ unboxes old school tactical Ghost Front, Belgium 1944, designed by Shane Logan, published by Flying Pig Games. Mo of Mo's Gaming Table, unboxing a Jim Crone game, published by GMT, Space Empires 4X. Mo also unboxes Donning the Purple, designed by Peter Shank Olsen, or Peter Shanky Olsen. The artist is Daniel Hassenbos and Yoiri Lefebvre, published by Tompit Games. No, not Trumpet, Tompit. I bet you thought it was Lithman. Tompit Games. Marco Arnaldo Wargamer reviews Space Corps, a game designed by John Butterfield and published by GMT.
Hey, Dan, we're actually doing this. Months and months later, we apologize. It's Alexander's fault. Somehow it is, but I'll blame life.
Here's what. One of the questions was about me being English, and I wanted to wait to get my US citizenship.
There you go.
Stick it to you.
There you go. Which you got about 2 months ago.
2 months ago.
Was it 2 months ago?
Yeah, so I waited 2 months to be able to answer this question, and then I waited 2 months more just to be a tool.
There you go. There you go. So we've been asked by Dan Pancaldi, who does No Enemies Here, which is a great YouTube show that highlights new games, upcoming games, shares our stuff, which we immensely appreciate.
It's like a news outlet. It's pretty cool.
About 12 to 15 minute episodes. We love it. We watch it. You're watching it and probably watching this because you like it too. So Dan, we appreciate all that you do and wanted to start it out in that way. So we have 4 questions that actually end up being about 16 questions. So we got to talk to you about how you count, because this is way more than 4 questions, but that's okay.
So I don't know, yeah.
So we're just going to dive into this, and you can splice it up however you want. So here we go. Question number 1. How long have we been doing this? In fact, he says, how long have you been doing this?
No, it's how long have you've been doing this?
Yeah, like
he's from the East
Coast. Like from the East Coast.
Yeah.
I'm a Midwesterner. It doesn't really jive with me.
Yeah. I've watched movies.
Yeah, you watch movies. I actually watched Marissa Tomei.
That's not one of the questions.
Oh, dang it, sorry.
How long have we been doing this?
How long have we been doing this? Since April of 2016.
Yes, since April of 2016. So that's when we really started doing the Player's Aid as a kind of blog.
The blog.
And it started off as just a written website.
That's it.
And we just did some board games.
No videos.
Just for fun.
Yeah.
Because I think we played a couple of games, and you had randomly tweeted out pictures of the games.
And people liked it.
And so we
for some reason.
Let's make this official.
Yeah.
So that was in 2000, what do we say, 14?
16. April. In fact, our first post on the blog was April the 14th of 2016.
Okay. Before that, we played a couple of war games. Things like Twilight Struggle.
For about 2 years, 2.5 years.
Was that it, Bill?
Churchill, we had played.
Did we play Labyrinth?
Yes. Yep.
Okay. I don't remember if we played those before.
We had.
But yeah, we played a couple of starting to getting into war games through those kind of Euro and hybrid games.
Yep.
Before that, we just played a lot of Euro games, Ameritrash games, board
Well, we
games.
also played war games like Axis and Allies, and I mean...
Yeah, but it wasn't nothing like
Ameritrash.
Heavy stuff like this.
No.
And it's a deep rabbit hole, but yeah, we've been doing that for a few years since I came over to the US back in 2011, so...
7 years ago,
we were doing, playing games together for a while. Started the blog in 2016, haven't looked back.
So that's our official answer?
Yes,
Final answer.
Coming up on 3 years in a couple months' time.
Yeah, I want to phone a friend because I'm not sure. But anyway. Question 1A, is reviewing, unboxing, playthroughing, interviewing, globetrotting your main jobs, or are we actual mortals and have real jobs? What's a real job?
A real job is something that you hate doing.
Oh. I don't hate what I do.
So you don't have a real job.
Yeah.
You have a great job.
Yeah. I enjoy what I do. I started a new job, but yes, we both have jobs.
Yes, full-time job.
Don't know that they're lucrative jobs.
No.
For either of us. They pay the bills generally, keep us alive.
And enable us to do this.
And enable us to do this. Yeah, so we have jobs.
We
both have degrees.
All of our spare time doing this.
That's true.
Much to the spouse's chagrin.
Oh, they like it. They like it.
Yours might.
Yeah. Describe one of your regular days in preparing for filming. We don't prepare.
I feel like that should be obvious.
Yeah. If you haven't noticed that, I don't even know what to say because we don't prepare.
If you haven't noticed, go back and watch the video that we did for Lion of Judah by Compass Games.
Why did you use that as an example of something we didn't prepare for?
Because that game is incredible, but at the time I just moved into this house.
Yeah, and we on a whim decided to play it.
Yes, and my camera stand was broken.
It was tilted.
The lighting was terrible.
We had an earthquake going on.
Because I hadn't changed the lighting.
I remember that. We had lamps on the floor.
Yeah,
it was terrible.
They were I'd stolen the bedside lamps from my room.
I remember that night.
They were jury-rigged on. I mean, it looks terrible.
But you know what? It doesn't matter.
No, because the game's incredible. But
the game's incredible. So we don't prepare, man.
No,
we don't prepare.
I'm not powdering my nose or anything like that.
This is our natural beauty, and it's all natural.
And I feel like
Okay.
that's what I like about what we do. It's authentic. We just play a game, and do we like it or play it? Who cares?
Well, one thing I would say, in my line of work, I've always generally been able to speak without screwing up a ton.
A ton.
A ton. Screw up occasionally.
You haven't seen the outtakes.
Yeah, well, we have a lot of outtakes. But I do think we both are good at that.
Yeah.
I think we kind of both know what to say and when to say. And sometimes when I don't know what to say, I just say words until I know what I want to say.
I'm the opposite. I'll say, if
You're
I don't know
English.
what to say, I say nothing. I'm like,
You're English, though. That's the way you are. So, yeah, we don't prepare. Thank you for thinking we do.
the only
Because-
preparation I do is reading rulebooks.
Well, yeah, reading rule books and thinking about what games we're going to play. And that's it.
Did I
That's
charge
it.
the battery for my camera?
Yeah, right.
Oh, crap,
That's
I'm not doing a film today.
That's the depth of our preparation. So that's the answer to that one. I like this question. Grant, you are German. Alexander, you are English. Actually, your name is very German as well.
Yes.
Have you guys ever noticed that my name is Grant Kleinhens and this is Alexander Klein?
Spelled the same.
Say, isn't it the weirdest? He just doesn't have the hens on the back.
Total coincidence as well.
So it's hilarious. But I guess both your grandparents were disappointed. Yeah,
Is that a question or is that a statement?
I think it's a statement, but yeah, I think it's true, right?
And ironically, I have a German last name.
Yeah, you do.
My grandparents were like
Have been English for
yeah.
100 and
My
some odd
granddad
years,
served
right?
in the Royal Marines.
Right.
My grandma was a daughter of a British officer.
Okay. Your
My-
dad served on the Belfast.
That was my granddad. He was
Okay.
on the way
Sorry.
to Belfast.
Sorry about that.
My other granddad, he's from Belarusia.
Yeah.
He was an escape. He escaped from the war. So he's like
Hilarious.
full-blooded Russian basically.
Yeah. Hilarious.
And then my other grandma was like couldn't be more English. So I have a German name, but like
Yeah, you're as English as
it
it
comes
gets.
through my dad's line,
Got it,
but
got it.
I'm like
It's been a long
just
time. So yeah, there we go. We're now finally to question number 2.
the
Finally.
what?
Yeah, question number 2. Thanks, Dan. Let me say that again. Thank you. Other than No Enemies Here, do yous have time to watch anything else being reviewed and unboxed? I know what your answer is.
Okay.
I know what your answer
Normally
is.
my answer to this is no.
Yeah.
But
And it's not because you don't want to.
it's a time thing.
It's a time
It's
thing.
honest. I do. So I watch, and this is STUKAJOE.
Yes. I mean, we watch STUKAJOE a lot. I'll
Some
be
of
honest.
his videos from like 3 or 4 years ago,
Yeah.
when I was first starting to like get to war games.
Yeah.
I don't know, his videos were just captivating.
Yeah.
And then Marco, like a
Yeah.
lot of people watched his stuff, you know.
I watch a lot of Stuka. I watch a lot of the big board. I watch a lot of Joel Toppin's stuff on Twitter
yeah.
because they're quick, 2 minutes, 3 minutes.
And the GIMPY gamer, I watch his stuff too.
I do watch
He
GIMPY.
plays the game.
Yeah,
on camera.
I learned some of the games from
I don't
him.
have time. We don't have the time for that.
Yeah.
So I'm like, I would love to do that. And people ask,
But it doesn't mean we don't support other YouTubers and bloggers.
Oh, yeah.
We love to interact with them and love to support them in any way we can. It's just between putting our channel together and writing blog
Yeah.
content and playing games and reading about games and
my computer.
living life, and
My computer is dedicated to processing our videos.
Yeah.
I can't watch it.
you can't do anything else. So now we're on 2A. 2A. Bob and Carol and Ted and Alice. Remember that movie? The resemblance is uncanny. I don't know. I'm missing this one.
Bob
and Carol and Ted and Alice. And I know I read this a little while ago and I meant to look it up, but I'm sorry, Dan, I'm drawing a blank.
Yeah, I'm an idiot.
I probably know it, but I'm drawing a blank.
If Kelly was here,
She
she'd
would be.
like,
She's a
it's
movie
this
buff.
She's insane with it.
So we're going to move on. 2B, are there too many reviewers?
No.
Hell to the no.
No.
Because if there were too many, then we would be one too many.
Yeah.
And I don't think that's... No.
You
not
can
the
never
case.
have too
Nope.
many opinions.
And also, every opinion and every style appeals to other people.
Yeah.
There's some that I've watched that I'm like, I don't really care for that. I'm not going to mention any names, but I don't care for that style. It doesn't mean it's bad or wrong or
Yeah.
it's just not for me.
And I've played games where I'm like, man, I hated that game. And I've seen reviews from people like, man, I love that game. And I'm like, I'm glad that that's out there because
Yeah.
it shouldn't be everything's the same.
Well, and yeah. No, not too many reviewers.
No.
I think I love to see as many reviewers as possible. We share a lot of reviewer stuff on Twitter. I do a lot of retweeting.
And there's just so many games.
Yeah.
One reviewer can't get to them all.
We can't play them all.
Although Marco definitely
He does every
tries.
one of them.
He does so many, and I love that.
Yeah.
He has reviews of games I'm like,
It's crazy. Never even thought we could ever do anything like that. In a fight, who's stronger?
is that a question?
Yeah.
Have you seen me?
If you see me, yeah. I think I would break him in half, frankly. I got about 150 pounds on you.
My best option is to can I run faster?
Yeah, can you run?
Dead?
And my guess is yes. You can run faster than me.
Let's not try.
Yeah. Are games becoming too expensive? Well, I don't think so, but I would answer this with, do you want a good game? Do you want a well-produced game? Do you want a game that has quality components? I don't think there's too much to ask to pay
I'm gonna
$80-90 for
I'm gonna
it.
keep this to war games.
Yeah.
I think board games has a different.
Yeah, I'm not talking about Euro games. I'm
For
talking about war games.
Like if you want to, there are so many quality war games out there that are affordable.
Yeah.
There are some very expensive ones too, but it's just those aren't made for everyone.
Right.
Some games are made for the few. Some games are made for the many.
Mm-hmm.
You gotta be smart, right?
Yeah.
As much as you put out things like War Game Watch, where there's a billion games, and you want to buy all of them.
I can't afford all of them. No way.
Yeah, and you don't.
You got to pick and choose.
You gotta pick and choose, and that goes back to, are there too many reviewers? No, because you need as much information so you can make good choices to buy the ones you can reasonably. This month I'm gonna buy one really expensive one. Next month I'm gonna buy 3 pretty cheap ones.
Yeah. Well, and there's always ways around getting those expensive games for an affordable price.
Yeah, secondhand markets,
WBC,
trade your games. Stop hoarding them. Trade them.
Your go-to war game. That's a hard question.
Yeah.
I would have to say, if the desert island, if I was on a desert island and I was forced to play one game over and over and over again.
With me.
Good heavens, with you? That's a hard one to answer. I mean, I'd have to say Fire in the Lake. That's my opinion. Or Labyrinth.
Yeah, those are 2 pretty damn good games.
Or Churchill.
Churchill I wouldn't, because if there was only 2 of us, that's a 3-player game.
That's a hard one to answer. There are so many good games. I mean, we've played some amazing games, but my answer, I think, would be Fire in the Lake. I think that's what I would answer.
I think I would stick with... I want to stick with Labyrinth, because to me that's a go-to game.
And it's a perfect 2-player game.
It's perfect. It's like 3 or 4 hours.
Yeah.
Oh, let's play that today.
Well, we could play that, and then we could hunt for meat and fish.
Yeah. Fire in the Lake.
Do the rest of our thing.
It's a bit longer.
Yeah.
So as a go-to,
I think I would pull my hair out as I eradicate your VC in one tunnel, only to see another tunnel pop up. Okay, so these questions are for you, Alexander, so you have to answer these. So it's kind of
I don't know.
This or that. Fish and chips or cheeseburgers and fries?
Fish and chips.
Ugh. Next. Doctor Who or Star Trek?
Those are both terrible options.
Okay.
No offense.
No.
Star Wars.
Star Wars, yeah. Richard the Great or Winston Churchill? Ooh.
Winston Churchill.
Yeah, I mean... Richard the Great's pretty... Anyway.
Winston Churchill.
Mushy peas or corn on the cob?
Corn on the cob. Mushy peas is disgusting. Straight up.
Waterloo or Battle of the Bulge?
That's a tough one.
I'd have to say, I don't know. I'm not answering. These aren't my questions.
No. I'll probably say bulge.
Okay. Lager or ale?
Neither.
We don't drink. We're not drinkers.
Boring question for you, sorry.
Christopher Lee or Peter Cushing? I love Christopher Lee. Love me some Christopher Lee.
Yeah,
Saruman.
Peter Cushing's amazing though.
He is.
I'm going to say Christopher Lee because of Dracula though.
Yeah.
I like some of his old work.
All right, cricket or pin the tail on the donkey? Have you ever even played cricket?
Oh, yes.
Okay. Really?
If I ever played Pin the Tail on the Donkey,
Well,
cricket,
okay. Betty White or Diana Rigg?
I don't.
You don't know? They're both older.
I should know who Diana Rigg is, I think, but I don't know who that is. And Betty White's just an old lady who's...
Yeah. I like Betty White, though. Sure. She's funny. All right, so here's the questions for me.
For you.
Can you read it there?
Sorry. Okay. Question 1.
Yeah.
Cheeseburgers and fries or English food sucks?
Next, English food does suck. I will say those Scotch eggs are pretty good.
Oh my gosh.
And it's not really English food though. It's that's like the barbarians to the north.
Yeah.
But it's so good though. Scotch eggs are so delicious.
Especially when they're fresh. Okay. Clint Eastwood or Bobby De Niro?
Ooh, that's a hard one. I'm gonna love me some Bobby De Niro.
Nice choice.
The Departed is a movie I can watch over and over again.
Okay. Captain America or Sherlock Holmes?
Captain America. Yeah. I mean, the greatest superhero ever.
Yeah, baseball or football?
That's a hard one. I love baseball. Absolutely love baseball. I'm an American. You have to love baseball.
It's America's pastime.
I'm telling you, football's exciting, and they're just different. I don't know that I can say.
Which one are we going with?
I cancan't say it's a tie. It is a tie because they're different.
How un-American?
They're so
a tie.
Different.
Over time.
What is this, soccer? I'm going to say football.
Nice.
I'm going to say football.
Which team?
Football team?
Yeah.
You even have to ask that?
They need to know.
Oh, Indianapolis Colts all the way, baby.
Best stadium in the world.
Andrew Luck. In fact, I've got my Andrew Luck jersey on underneath. I wear it all the time.
Ooh. I think I know that.
I even know. Go ahead.
I know
this isn't even close.
No. George Washington or Abe Lincoln?
You know, Abe Lincoln is an amazing man who did a lot of amazing things. I love that he failed so many times and kept going, but it's George Washington. If you come in my office, I've got about 8 pictures of George Washington.
It's one of those, it's like Ron Swanson from Parks and Rec. Big old George Washington with Claymore facing towards you. You sit down at the desk.
Yeah, I love George Washington. Love me some George Washington.
Betty White or Diana Rigg?
I don't know who that is. I should know.
I know who it is.
Who is she?
I can't. It's an old actress.
Just an old actress lady.
Yeah. I would go with Betty White just because she's funny.
Sure. World War II or Modern Warfare?
World War II. I'm not a huge Modern Warfare fan.
Walter White or Michael Corleone?
Walter White, because you don't see that dude coming. Michael Corleone, you see him coming. You know he's a gangster. But Walter White, dang, that guy's a killer. I love Walter White.
Pin the tail on the donkey or cricket?
Neither. If I'm with my kids, pin the tail on the donkey. If not, I ain't playing any of that stuff. I'm not going to play cricket.
And I think
I'll go back to baseball.
Alexander, can you say something in an American accent?
So I've got a story that you're gonna do this. So we went on a vacation together about 2 years ago, right?
Yeah.
2 or 3 years ago. It's hilarious. So we went to an ethnic restaurant and we were ordering drinks. And Alexander said, say it like you would normally say it.
I said, I'd like a water, please.
And the man looked at him like, what did you just say? And then he said,
the guy goes, eh?
Yeah, he did. I remember that. And then, what did you say?
A water, please.
No.
And his face is like this.
Yeah. What?
And,
so then you said,
I have to say, water. And the guy's like, oh, you must be a moron. And I'm like, thanks, man.
Yeah.
Thanks a lot.
So say it again one more time slowly.
Water.
Water. Hilarious. Yeah. That's been a joke we have said over and over and over again.
So I have to say this phrase.
Oh, go ahead.
So
sorry.
It says, I don't know why I'm doing this.
I don't either.
This is so degrading.
Yeah, it is degrading.
Hi, I'm Alex, and you're watching No Enemies Here. That's how I think you all sound.
That's terrible.
You do an English one.
No, I'm not doing an English one. You know I don't want to do an English one. I try it and you laugh at me. So that's our 4 questions, which turned out to be about 26.
Half an hour later.
You know, Dan, we appreciate everything you do. We appreciate... I remember when we first saw that, hey, there's this dude sharing some of our stuff. And we were like, what? And we watched it. I've watched almost every episode since then.
Yeah, that was before we knew he was crazy.
Well, now we're like, yeah, I don't want to talk to that Dan Pancaldi guy. But... No, we appreciate what you do. I think you do a fantastic service to the war game community. Keep it up. Keep doing it. Have fun. See where you can go. We're done. Alexander and Grant, out.
Worthington Publishing, Old School War Games. Custer's Last Stand. Custer's Last Stand is designed by Mike and Grant. Wiley, the artist, is Sean Cook. This game is about two battles of the Great Sioux War of 1876, the Battle of Rosebud and the Battle of Little Bighorn. World War II, Struggle for Europe. World War II, Struggle for Europe is a card-driven, card destruction game on a large game board. What you get with this game is a large mounted game board, 4 punched counter sheets, Axis card deck with 60 plus cards, and Allied card decks with 80 plus cards, 2 rule books, and a lot of gaming fun. Niagara Board Gaming Weekend, January 24th to the 27th, 2019, at the Ramada Plaza in Niagara Falls, Ontario. People dress warm or you'll freeze your chits off. Hollandspiel's entertaining podcast of The Mary and Tom Show, episode 68. Wargame HQ Keith's latest entry is 10 Reasons Wargamers Are Awesome. Thank you for watching. This was my longest episode ever. That's because the guys at the Players Aid, well, they have a lot to say. That's why they put out so many videos. And thank you for the people supporting me on Patreon. I'll see you next time. BLASTPOP has taken a component overview of why was Aristotle so great? Well, first of all, his teacher was 20. Why was Alexander so great? Because first of all, his teacher was Aristotle. Why was Alexander so great? Well, first of all, at the age of 12, he stopped his learning. What was great about... Why was Alexander so great? Well, Jeff McAleer of the Gaming Gang in his first... Jeff McAleer of the Gaming